1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. Um, Anyways, yeah, so I went to Tokyo Disneyland um, on Saturday. Holy crap. It's been 5 months since I last went to the Tokyo parks, which just feels 5 months. Even though it's been 5 months, it feels like it's been like years. It just feels forever. But yeah, I finally went back, and it was pretty crazy to visit the parks and have them seem so similar, but have it yet also be so completely different. And because I've been going to the parks for so long here in Japan, like since I've lived in Japan, I've probably been to Tokyo Disneyland maybe 100 or more times, I would say. And that's not an exaggeration at all. In fact, I may have actually been there even more than that. But so I've gotten to know Tokyo Disneyland fairly well. Um, and so it was very strange to go back this past Saturday because even though I've been there so many times, it felt a little different because things were not quite the way that I remembered them, just based off of the weirdness and new rules and restrictions that we are living in this world right now with the COVID stuff. So, yeah, 100 times. I mean, if you do the math, I was going like twice a week, every week, for probably 2.5 years, and there were some times when I would go like 4 or 5 times a week. So I mean, how many months are there's 12 months? And then there's 52 weeks in a year. So let's just say on average I went 3 times every week. Now let's do 2. Let's just do 2 just to be safe. Is there 52 weeks in a year? I think so. So I've been way more than 100 times because that's 104 in one calendar year, and I've been doing this for like almost 3 years now. Yeah, so I've been to the parks hundreds of times. But I did go this past Saturday, and yeah. So as you guys probably know, there's a lot of new like rules and regulations and safety measures in place because of COVID-19, and so yeah, it's different. It's a lot different. I mean, the biggest, not the biggest, but one of the first changes, the biggest first change that I noticed is that the I guess it would be the east entrance. Wait, never, no, the west entrance. If we're saying the entrance of Disneyland is center, then it would be the west entrance. Has been completed. So they recently, so last year, they renovated the east side of the entrance, right? Yeah. Or was it the year before? I don't remember. Recently, they renovated the east side of the entrance, and then they were renovating the west entrance. And that was going on pretty much at the end of last year, early this year. So when I last went to the parks in February, they were still renovating the west side entrance of Tokyo Disneyland. And so, of course, it was supposed to finish in April for the 37th anniversary of Tokyo Disneyland. And of course, that's when COVID was like in full force. So it was finished before I could go back. And so that was like one of the first things I noticed was like it's finally done, which is great because the west side entrance is the first entrance that you can go into when you come off of the kind of like the little bridge that leads you into Tokyo Disneyland. And so when that entrance was closed, we had to go all the way around to the east entrance, which was like really annoying. So that wasn't fun. But now it's open, so it's like super easy. So that was like one of the first things I noticed. I'm like, whoa, it's done. It's finally done. And yeah, so there are, as you can expect, there's a lot of like social distancing kind of measures in place. And so before, when you would go to the parks and you would wait in line to get inside, you pretty much could just wait in line. Like a bunch of people get up to the front right before the ticket gates, and then everyone gets behind them. And there was obviously at that point in time there was no social distancing rules, and so you just kind of you get behind people and they measure in a meaning or what in a what am I trying to say? Basically, you get behind people and not too far into their bubble. You don't want to be too close to them, but it was fairly normal. But now they've made it to where they have like little squares or like rectangles that you can wait in. Like people can wait in, and they like space them out, so you can't just kind of like it's all bundled together. So let me get out the pictures because I took a bunch of pictures. Probably not as many pictures as I would have liked to have taken. But next time I will hopefully take more. I think next time is going to be a lot more of a fun trip than this past one. Not to say this trip wasn't fun, but this trip was like, I'll get into it. So, I didn't take a picture of it. I thought I did. No, I didn't. I did not. Oh, my bads. Let me see. Maybe I didn't take a picture of the front. That's really weird. I guess I didn't. How about that? Oh well. I didn't. So yeah. So basically, I was a little worried on Saturday if I was going to get there in time because I wasn't sure if they were going to allow me to wait with Manai and Yuka-chan in their little square, but luckily they did let me wait with them, so it was totally fine. And it was stupid hot, and I gave Manai and Yuka-chan some Pocky and some other chocolate candy, and I realized that was a bad mistake because it was so insanely hot. We were joking that all the Pocky was going to melt together and create one big monster Pocky. So I've yet to confirm if that actually happened because Manai put it in her freezer. So I guess I will soon learn if that happened. But yeah, so we waited to get inside. Luckily, I didn't have to wait too long. But holy crap, was it hot. And while I was waiting to get inside, Manai was talking to one of the cast members, and she had them make a birthday sticker for me, which is funny because my birthday's not until next month. But so if you guys don't know this, if you go to any cast member at the Tokyo Disney Resort, you can ask them for a birthday sticker, and they will give you a sticker, and then they will write your name on it. And with foreigners, they will often ask them, do you want it in katakana, hiragana, or English? Katakana is the Japanese alphabet for foreign words, so words that did not originate in Japan, meaning most foreign names are usually written in katakana because obviously they're foreign names, so they didn't originate in Japanese. But you can still write it in hiragana if you want. That is why when you see a lot of the merch for the Mickey and Friends characters, they're always written in katakana and not hiragana. Although sometimes they do. It really depends. So I chose katakana because that is usually the correct choice. And so this is the sticker that the cast member made for me, and it was a pretty awesome sticker. She did a really good job. So it's Maikeru. She drew a Fantasia Mickey hat on there and some little Mickeys on the bottom, and then my birthday, September 3rd. Oh, 2020. So it's 2020, and the two zeros are Mickeys. I just now noticed that. What a great little, that's what I love about the cast members, is that they always kind of put their own special, unique touches on the stickers. Like sometimes they'll ask you your favorite character, and then they'll draw like your favorite character on there. Sometimes they'll just use different colors. Like she used like blue for the hat. Like some of them are like really, they get really into it, and so they have this little like pouch, this little kind of like waist pouch that they have. And like some of them have like multiple colors and different types of pens. Like as you can see, like this is like a fat pen. So they have like a fat one, and then they have like a finer point one. It's like hardcore. Like this isn't just like they like scribble your name and like give it to you. Like they spend like a lot of time on it. And so what I like to do when it's my birthday is I like to just go to several different cast members and just get a bunch of them and just kind of see like how each of them does them, because they all do it differently. And this Friday I will learn the results of next month's lottery, or will happen on Friday, so I will know if I can go to the parks on my birthday, because I chose that as the number one day that I want to go. So we'll see. Hopefully I can go on my birthday, and then I can get more stickers, and we can see. And yeah, so it's always fun. If you guys go near your birthday, it doesn't have to be on your birthday. Obviously, you can just tell them when your birthday is. You can just say you want a birthday sticker, and yeah, they'll do it for you. So so even if I can't go to the parks on my birthday, I will at least have one birthday sticker for 2020, the worst year of all time. So, yay! Yeah, I know. I hope I can go on my birthday. We'll see. So, I actually, should I even admit this? I'm on a Japanese dating app, which is, I don't really use that much because it's like 99.9% of the people on there only speak Japanese, and my Japanese is serviceable. It's not great. But I had one person message me, and it's just fun because I like when I can talk to people in Japanese, because like it helps me improve. And so we were talking about, I told her that I won the lottery and I went to Disneyland, and she's like, I won the lottery too. Like I'm going like on this day. I'm like, oh, cool. And I'm like, how many times did you win? I won twice. And she's like, I only won once. And that's when it like really hit me, like, oh shit. Because I was thinking like, because we won twice, I was thinking like most people probably won, two times at the least, and then like the really lucky people may have won 3 or 4, maybe 5. But when she told me she only won once, that's when I got worried about these upcoming results. I was like, what if I only win once? What if I don't win at all? So we shall see. But you do get 5 chances. So I have to think I'll at least win once. So hopefully that will be on my birthday. If it's not on my birthday, it's okay. I still would like to go next month. And I chose all Disney Sea for next month because at the time that I entered the lottery, this was before they announced that I can buy merch in the app without going to the parks. And so at the time, I'm like, I had to buy all these Duffy items at Disney Sea. So I'm like, well, I have to go to Disney Sea next month because I have to buy Duffy stuff, and you can only buy Duffy stuff at Disney Sea. And of course, as soon as I do that, that is when they're like, yeah, you can now buy anything in the app now. And I'm like, whatever. So it's fine. It's fine. So, which is great, by the way. The fact that I can buy everything in the app now is like amazing. It's so great. There's no purchase limit on normal items. So it makes my job like so incredibly easy because I can just get whatever I want whenever I need it. So the only downside is that every few days they have like an app holiday where you can't buy stuff, but there's no like that I can find. There's no like schedule for it. So it's just kind of random. Like yesterday was a app holiday, and so I couldn't buy stuff. So it's not a big deal though. I bought stuff today, so it's all good. But yeah, so yeah. So I got inside. So let's look at this is what let's look at some pics. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Let's see. Is it this? Yeah, it's probably this. Yep, that's it. So I should probably move this over here. Nope. So the first thing that I really noticed was this little entrance here, the Tokyo Disneyland kind of welcome sign. It kind of made me sad because, as you can see, there's no theme, there's no event theme. Usually, not even usually, when there is an event going on, whether that be Halloween, Easter, Christmas, whatever the ongoing event is, it's always themed at this entrance sign. So they have like banners up. The sign itself may look different, and it's really like kind of festive. And so it's always fun when you go inside because you get to see how they decorate the entrance for the new theme. And because pretty much every single event is canceled well into early next year, there's no theme, and so it's just generic Tokyo Disneyland welcome. And that's like, that kind of sums up my entire experience at the park. It's like, it's almost like if you were visiting in like 1983 when it opened, in the sense that everything is like basic. Is that, I don't even know if that's the right word, but it's just eventless, which kind of makes it sad. Like there's no kind of uniqueness to it, if that makes sense. Like for Saturn's Bandit, I always use Saturn's Bandit as my go-to US park expert. Is it like that in the US parks? Like when there's events going on, is it very themed as well? Are there like banners? Are there like, is the entrance different? Are there, because there's usually like, mask, like statues and like decorations, right? Is there usually decorations, or is this only like a Tokyo Disneyland thing? Like I don't even know. But like decorations too, like around the castle, there's usually like all these decorations and like fun things and banners, and it's just so, especially for Halloween and Christmas. Okay, so there is. Okay. Yeah, it's just weird. It's just to not see any of those decorations. Like around the castle, there's these kind of like little garden-y areas, and that's where they usually put the decorations for all of the events. And they're all empty. Like there's like nothing there. And it's weird just to see nothing. Like not even like a generic, not even like an evergreen decoration, just it's just nothing. So it's just kind of weird to see. So they even decorate the parking booths. Yeah, isn't that weird? But you know, it's still Tokyo Disneyland. As you can see in the picture, the cast members are wearing gloves and face masks. Let's see if you can see the cast members. Or hold on. See, they're wearing their blue gloves and face masks, so trying to be safe. Yeah, and so when we got to, if you guys remember, Manai told me that this particular day, her and Yuka-chan, mostly Yuka-chan, their whole schedule was they wanted to go to the castle, and wait for the, I'm gonna do air quotes, wait for the show. And I'm being very generous with these air quotes because holy crap, was that not really a show? But technically, they're it's not even a show. It's like a what would you even call it? An appearance? A Mickey and Friends appearance is probably the most accurate way to describe it. So we went to the castle and we waited in line multiple hours. So the show started, or the appearance started, I think around like 3:45, maybe. And we got there at 2, so the doors opened at 2. So we had to wait almost 2 hours for what I will get into as an incredibly lame experience. And then right after that, they waited again for the next one. So they're crazy. But so this is what the castle looked like. Outside, everyone, as you can see, everyone is waiting with their umbrellas, as I was, because it was so insanely hot, like ridiculously hot. Holy crap! And so this is Manai and Yuka-chan in their little squares. As you can see, they have these little rectangles, and so only 2 people can fit in a rectangle because they're the ones who wanted to go there the most. My stuff, my umbrella and my shopping bag, I'm on this little dot. My bag is covering the dot, but I sat kind of like behind them. And so yeah, so there was I'm trying to think of like how many people were probably waiting for this appearance. I would say maybe 50 or 60 people. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. But it's quite a lot of people, and yeah, they waited for this thing. So we got there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go buy some popcorn buckets while you guys wait. So I went over, and this is what the entrance to Fantasyland looked like when I went there, and this is insane because we were there on a Saturday, a weekend. And this was probably like 2:45, 3 p.m. maybe. And before the virus, a Saturday afternoon at Tokyo Disneyland in Fantasyland, there would be like a zillion people in this photo. So this was like so shocking to me. Of course, like right after, I don't have the other one. Like right after that, a bunch of people showed up. But holy crap, yeah, that was so crazy to see so few people. So here's a picture of this appearance. So basically, what the show is, and holy crap, is it lame. Basically, Mickey and the friends come out. So it's like Mickey, Minnie, Chipotle, Donald, Daisy, and Goofy. They come out. They play, I believe, like maybe 2 songs, maybe 3. They're like really generic songs. I don't know where they come from. One song was just that, like almost playing the "It's a Small World" song. And they come out, and this is literally all that they do. They just wave. That's it. That's it. That's all they do. They just wave. That's all they do. That's it. They don't dance. They don't sing a song. They don't, like, do anything other than wave at you. And people waited multiple hours for this. And I don't get it. I don't get it. So as you can see, they come out in your wave. Hello, I'm Mickey. It's really hot outside. You guys waited for me. Why? Chipotodero. Hello. Yeah, and that's it. That's all the pictures I took. Because I'm like, that's it. And the craziest part was, right after the first appearance happened, Yuka-chan like ran up to, because someone left the front spot, and she and another guy like ran to claim it, and they waited for the next one. And like after I saw the first one, I'm like, I'm out of here. Like, I'm like, it is way too hot outside for me to wait for Mickey and friends to come out and wave at me again. I'm like, I'm gonna go buy some stuff. Like, I'm gonna be more productive with my time. So in the time, I went and I took a picture of the mini style studio, which is not open. This was supposed to open in April with all of the new the new land, Beauty and the Beast land at near Tomorrowland. It was supposed to open. Inside, it's a mini greeting studio. So basically, it's very similar to the Mickey greeting place at Mickey's house, where you can like meet different versions of Mickey. In Minnie's studio, you meet Minnie, and I believe there may be some like dressing up or something. I don't remember. I haven't been on it. I haven't been there, so I don't know. This is a new automatic. How would you call this? Automatic buying machine? Ticket machine? No, food? I don't know. At Pan Galactic Pizza Port. So they've been renovating this restaurant for a long ass time. And they took away cast members who used to work cashiers, and they put in these like big automatic thingies where you pick the food you want and then you pay. So, which is pretty cool, but I also feel for the cast members who no longer have jobs, because these big machines kind of took their jobs. So that kind of sucks, but it looks cool. So there's that. I thought that was really interesting. That was something new. As you can see at the bottom, they have these please stand here social distancing thingies. And yeah, that's really all the pictures. That's really all the pictures that I took, because most of the rest of the time I was buying popcorn buckets. So I bought like 15 buckets while I was there, because I had to buy a bunch for customers who bought before the pandemic. So I fulfilled those, and then I bought a bunch of Rapunzel ones, because they're so popular, and I sold them out like super quick. And a bunch of people were like, one person was like, "Are you gonna fulfill mine? I see you're selling more." I'm like, "Of course I'm gonna fulfill yours." I'm like, I'm not gonna like sell new ones and not give you yours first. So, and I was gonna bring. I have an extra Steamboat Willie bucket that I was going to show off today, but I forgot to bring it. So, forgot to bring it. But I still have it up in my shop. It's still there. Yeah, so I spent the rest of my time buying some buckets, just going around. Like, one of the other big changes is, apart from the fact that a lot of the smaller gift shops are closed, one of the interesting things is that all of the exits and entrances to all of the stores are completely different, because they're trying to kind of prevent crowding and kind of like funnel people in certain ways. And so because I know all the gift shop exits and entrances so well, and I'm so used to going into whatever one's closest to me. It was so weird to me that like I had a hard time like figuring out like how do I get into this gift shop? And a lot of times too, you could actually travel between the gift shops because they're all kind of like interconnected, and so you can enter one gift shop and kind of enter into the next one like kind of seamlessly. And for some of them, they actually they don't let you do that anymore. They kind of blocked off the exits and the entrances, and so I would enter like one gift shop thinking I can just go into the next one, and I'm like, oh wait, I can't. I have to get out of here. So that was kind of weird. It's like I had to figure out. I'm like, how do I do this? Which kind of made it feel like it was a new experience for me because, like I said, I go so often that like I feel like I know everything, and like this time it was like it felt weird. I'm like, how do I do this? I don't know where to go. How do I carry it all apart? 2 huge gift packs. Yeah, it's really difficult. I would have bought more if I could have, but I like literally could only carry so much. But yeah, another thing that was interesting besides the different exits and entrances was at the Okashi shop. Okashi is Japanese for snacks. What was really strange was that the selection of snacks right now is so limited. I've never seen the selection this limited. Usually, there's like a wide variety of different snacks. Everything from like cookie, chocolate tins, candies, just all sorts of stuff, and various different characters, and shapes and sizes. And like right now, there's like next to nothing. And it was so strange, and it felt really sad. Like that's the kind of thing that kind of bummed me out, was that the whole experience just kind of felt it didn't feel the same. Yeah, like even some of the merch, like this is the same way with the merch. So usually at Grand Emporium, which is the really big gift shop right when you enter the park, almost half of the store is taken up by event merch. And event merch is, like I've previously described, any merch for whatever event's going on. And because there's no events going on, it's all just kind of generic. I don't want to say generic. It's all evergreen. Evergreen is the better word. Evergreen meaning like merch they have all year round. And so it's just all evergreen merch. And so it just feels weird. I've never seen it like this, because there's always an event going on. And so it just kind of felt sad in a way. I don't know. It's weird. But we did go on a ride, though. We went on one ride. We went on Haunted Mansion. And what was so weird about Haunted Mansion was the app said it was 13 minutes. Which was funny because I'm like, 13 minutes? Why is it? And then Manai's like, because it's Haunted Mansion. I was like, oh, right. I never knew that. I felt like I should have known that. So it said 13 minutes, but it so was not 13 minutes. It was literally no wait. We walked into Haunted Mansion and we walked all the way onto the ride. There was 0 wait. It should be 0 minute wait. But what's so crazy, and I've talked about this before, is that the 2 sections of Haunted Mansion where you're in the room, the first one being the room with the portrait where the guy like turns into a skeleton, And then in the next room with the rising pictures, both those were open. So there you don't go through them, and so you just walk right past them. And that was so strange, just to kind of like walk in, and then that's it. You don't get that experience. You just walk right onto the ride, and then it's over. Like, what? So yeah, but Haunted Mansion was great, very fun. I always love it. Love going on that ride. Nothing new to talk about in terms of the ride itself, except for the beginning before you get on. But yeah, that was the only ride that we went on, because the rest of the time, most of it I was spent buying stuff. But on our next trip, they're not going to do the castle thing anymore. They just want to do rides. So I'm excited. That means that we can just just have fun, just go on rides and walk around and whatnot. So yeah, that should be what we do next time.